Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew with Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. Is there such a thing as the perfect crime? Everyone's familiar with the legendary mobsters, the Al Capones, the Machine Gun Kellys, the Bugsy Siegels of the early 20th century. But what about mobsters, the mafia, in the late 20th century? And what about that original question, the perfect crime? Is there such a thing? Today, we're going to take a look at a crime so perfectly orchestrated that it's gone down in history as the perfect crime. Check this out. This is good.
The Lufthansa Heist, a meticulously planned robbery that would become one of the most infamous crimes in American history, unfolded in the pre-dawn hours of December 11, 1978. To fully appreciate the audacity and complexity of this operation, one must delve deep into the intricate details of the planning, execution, and its deadly aftermath. The mid-1970s to late 1970s were a time when organized crime families in New York City were at the peak of their power. The Lucchese family, one of the 5 families of the Italian-American Mafia, operated extensively within the city's economic infrastructure. Among their lucrative ventures was their control over JFK Airport, a key hub of commerce where millions of dollars in goods and cash flowed daily. Corruption was rampant, with dock workers, baggage handlers, and even airport officials complicit in skimming profits or turning a blind eye to illegal activities. It was in this environment that the seeds of the Lufthansa heist were sown. The scheme began with Louis Werner, a Lufthansa cargo supervisor with a crippling gambling addiction. Desperate to pay off his debts, Werner leaked a vital piece of information. Lufthansa frequently transported millions of dollars in unmarked cash from U.S. military bases in Europe to its secure cargo building at JFK. This cash, primarily intended for servicemen's families and foreign exchange, sat temporarily in the Lufthansa vault before being distributed to banks. Werner's indiscretion reached the ears of James "Jimmy the Gent" Burke, a high-ranking associate of the Lucchese family. Known for his cunning and ruthlessness, Burke was a career criminal with a reputation for orchestrating complex robberies. When Werner's tip reached him, Burke saw not just an opportunity, but a golden ticket, a heist so big it could secure his fortune for years. Jimmy Burke began assembling a team of trusted criminals, each chosen for their specific skills. At the core of the operation was Tommy DeSimone, a feared enforcer whose unrelenting violence was both an asset and a liability. Tommy, while volatile, was fiercely loyal to Burke and had earned a reputation for his no-holds-barred approach to criminal operations. Burke also recruited Angelo Sepe, a steady hand known for his reliability under pressure, along with Robert Frenchie McMahon and Joseph Manry, both familiar with the inner workings of JFK Airport. Werner, the insider, provided crucial details about security protocols, shifts, and the exact location of the vault. For weeks, the crew meticulously planned the heist. They studied the layout of the Lufthansa cargo building, timing the guard shifts and observing the movement of employees. Every possible variable was accounted for. Burke's obsessive attention to detail ensured that each crew member knew their role down to the smallest detail. The heist would be swift, precise, and brutal if necessary. In the early hours of December 11th, the crew set their plan into motion. They arrived at the cargo terminal in a stolen black Ford Econoline van, its license plates swapped to avoid detection. Each man was armed and dressed in ski masks, prepared to subdue any resistance swiftly. The heist began with the crew ambushing Rudy Eyrich, a night shift supervisor at the cargo building. Using Werner's insider knowledge, they knew Eyrich would be heading to his car around 3 a.m. to warm it up during his break. The men forced Eyrich back inside at gunpoint, using him as a human key to bypass locked doors and security systems. Inside, they encountered the night guards and employees. The crew was merciless but calculated. They bound and gagged the workers, threatening to kill anyone who resisted. DeSimone, true to his reputation, ensured compliance through sheer terror. According to later testimonies, his chilling threats left no doubt that disobedience would result in death. Once inside the secure area, the crew moved directly to the vault. Using a combination of brute force and Werner's access codes, they cracked it open. The sight that greeted them was beyond even their expectations. Stacks of unmarked cash totaling $5 million in jewelry worth an additional $875,000. The crew worked quickly to load the loot into their van, careful not to leave fingerprints or other evidence. Within an hour, the heist was complete. The crew vanished into the cold New York night, leaving behind stunned and terrified employees. The operation had gone off without a hitch, silent, deadly, and efficient. The discovery of the robbery the following morning sent shockwaves through JFK Airport and the city at large. The sheer scale of the theft, coupled with its precision, made headlines across the country. The FBI and NYPD quickly descended on the scene, initiating one of the largest investigations in U.S. history. For Burke and his crew, the immediate aftermath was a celebration. The stolen money was split into smaller parcels and distributed among trusted associates for safekeeping. Burke, however, knew that the greatest threat to his success lay not with the authorities, but within his own crew. Burke's paranoia grew as the media attention intensified. He understood the mafia's code of silence, but also recognized the lure of millions of dollars. He began eliminating anyone he deemed a liability. Angelo Sepe and Joseph Manry, key participants in the heist, were among the first to disappear under suspicious circumstances. Even Werner, whose insider information had made the heist possible, found himself under scrutiny. Despite the FBI's efforts, Burke's meticulous planning and swift elimination of witnesses left investigators grasping at straws. The stolen van was found burned, destroying potential forensic evidence. Witnesses were too terrified to testify, and key suspects had vanished, many presumed dead at Burke's orders. One of the few surviving participants was Louis Werner, who was arrested and convicted of conspiracy charges. His testimony provided limited insight into the heist, but it was not enough to implicate Burke directly. In fact, Burke would never face charges for the Lufthansa heist itself. Instead, he was later convicted on unrelated charges, spending the remainder of his life in prison. The Lufthansa heist remains a symbol of the mafia's reach and ruthlessness. Its staggering success and the bloodshed that followed cemented its place in popular culture. The robbery inspired countless books, documentaries, and films, most notably Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas, which immortalized the crime and its brutal aftermath. To this day, the stolen money has never been recovered, and the full extent of Burke's involvement remains shrouded in mystery. What is certain, however, is that the Lufthansa heist was not merely a robbery. It was a carefully orchestrated operation that showcased the cold, calculated efficiency of organized crime. The Lufthansa heist is a stark reminder of the dark allure of the perfect crime. It is a story of greed, betrayal, and violence. A tale of how ambition and paranoia can destroy even the most well-laid plans. As we look back on this extraordinary event, we are left to ponder. How close can one get to perfection before it all unravels? If you found this story as fascinating and gripping as we did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell.
Welcome back. You know, it's like I was saying at the beginning. Is there such a thing as the perfect crime? Depends on how you look at it. This $5 million heist went off so perfect. Nothing had ever been done on this extreme level. It had its spots where it could have went completely off the rail. But because of the organization and because of how it was orchestrated, it's gone down in history.
Just read the
I'm going to
script
get in so much trouble.
and it will all be fine.
But that's all we got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this look at a $5 million heist that went down in history as the perfect crime. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. And we'll see you out there.